Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Melissa Holmes, and along with Carrie Mazzoni, we welcome you to Wakefield Educational Foundation's annual Celebration of Learning. Yay! It feels really exciting to be here together again with the purpose of honoring so many incredible contributions to Wakefield Public Schools. Tonight, we have the privilege of recognizing students, staff, and volunteers who are making a positive impact in our school community. To all of our 2024 honorees, thank you and congratulations. We're especially excited to recognize WEF's milestone birthday this year, 35. WEF was founded in 1989 as a nonprofit organization with a mission to support and enhance excellence in the educational experience of all students in the Wakefield Public Schools. Our very first celebration of learning was held in 1996. And since then, we continue to celebrate excellence in education as an important part of our mission. Tonight's event has become a beloved annual community event, and we are truly proud of that. I'd like to take a moment to celebrate 35 years of volunteering with an enormous shout out to the WEF team, past and present. Your time and dedication made it possible for WEF to give nearly $700,000 in grant awards, allowing teachers and PTOs to enhance their curriculum with additional enrichment and activities. This year has been another school year rich with awesome experiences for students that WEF is proud to support. In just the past few weeks alone, we were lucky enough to see an incredible STEAM night, a presentation from Jesse Green, a chainsaw sculpture artist, a cappella night, an art installation here at Galvin depicting our beautiful town of Wakefield. Try to check it out, it's amazing. And of course, a phenomenal solar eclipse party here on Monday. So thank you, Wakefield community, for supporting WEF so that we can continue to support these important experiences for students. Tonight, we celebrate our honorees and their special contributions that make our community so strong.
Good evening, and I add my congratulations as well to all of tonight's honorees. Before we begin award presentations, we have a lot of people and organizations and businesses to thank. It's not going to be 4 hours long. It's very important that we do that because we get a lot of support from WEF, and we appreciate it. Starting with our partners, our 2023-24 partners, who are local businesses who underwrite the costs of our annual fundraising activities. By doing this, more of the money raised can directly support our annual grant process, and that impacts our entire student population. WEF is thankful for the support of this year's WEF partners. You can find a list of all these partners on the insert in your program. There are also many people we would like to thank for helping WEF coordinate this evening, including the WCAT team for broadcasting the event live for our remote audiences, the Sweet Bay Shop for donating the beautiful floral arrangements, one outside as well, members of the National Honor Society and National Art Honor Society for being our student volunteers this evening, and Sandy Teixeira of Wakefield Public School Food Services for organizing the desserts for tonight's reception. The Celebration of Learning ceremony also provides WEF with the unique opportunity to recognize individuals whose contributions make our schools and the community thrive. WEF would like to thank Superintendent Doug Lyons, Assistant Superintendent Kara Mora, and all of the school principals for their continued support of WEF. and for all of their hard work in making this evening possible. Finally, WEF also thanks the school committee for their hard work on behalf of the schools. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Amy Lehman, chair of the school committee, to say a few words. While Amy is joining us on stage, I would like to recognize the other school committee members who are in the audience this evening, including Kevin Piscadlo, Stephen Ingalls, Pete Davis, Tom Markham, Kevin Fontanella, and Eileen Colleran. Here's Amy.
Thank you, Carrie and Melissa. When Carrie emailed me to speak tonight, she mentioned it's a wonderful light show. She mentioned a 3 to 5 minute talk, and my first thought was I could talk hours about WEF and the joy they bring to our community. So thank you for that. But I will stick to the schedule. I have some few words to say. Again, my name is Amy. I'm the chair of the Wakefield School Committee. And on behalf of the full committee who's here tonight, I would like to thank WEF for the invitation and welcome everyone. We are happy you're here tonight for WEF's celebration of learning. After speaking with the school committee members last night, we concurred that this is one of our favorite events. Really is nice. Tonight is a special occasion for the Wakefield Educational Foundation, and for the Wakefield community broadly. I am grateful for this opportunity to speak and offer my thanks to those who will be honored for their exceptional work this evening. As a parent, a former WEF volunteer, a former WEF grant recipient, and now a school committee member, I have seen the positive impact of WEF's programming on the public schools in many lenses. We in the school committee have the good fortune throughout the year to see WEF's impact firsthand, or to hear stories of praise told to us by students, teachers, administrators, and caregivers. And I should have coordinated with you because just this week, WEF grant allowed approximately 600 Galvin Middle School students plus staff to safely enjoy the eclipse. I drove by, it was quite the event, and everyone looked like they were having fun. To those of you who will be honored here tonight, I would like to say that we know the work you have done and the good you have generated was the result of innovative thinking, steady commitment, kindness, and hard work behind the scenes and without thought to any recognition. So tonight we celebrate individual achievements and we celebrate organizational achievements, all of which provided a supportive and equitable educational environment that inspires a love of learning for the Wakefield community from the ground up. Thank you again to WEF for hosting this annual event, and congratulations again to all our 2024 WEF Celebration of Learning recipients. This is truly a special night. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you to the rest of the school committee for coming tonight. We really appreciate that. So now we're going to get started with the honors from each of our schools. But before we start, a quick note. For honorees, when it's time for your award, a WEF volunteer, if you can see them, will come around to your school section to help you line up on the ramp at the side of the stage, which is over there. It's so dark, I can't see anything. After you receive your certificate and a group photo is taken right here, you can leave the stage and return to your seats. Okay, so starting with the Doyle Early Childhood Center, please welcome school principal Ms. Shannon Blacker.
Are you waiting for them? Can't see where they are. So I am honoring tonight Stacy McNeil, the Doyle School Secretary, Fonte, a paraprofessional, and Jennifer Arcerio, a volunteer. I will start with Stacy. When we ask the students at Doyle, who runs the Doyle, they respond with Miss Stacy. This statement cannot be more true. Stacy began at Doyle as a substitute teacher, moved into a paraprofessional role in our substantially separate program, and is now our school secretary. 3 years ago, when we had an opening for the secretary position, Stacy approached me and expressed an interest in the position. I knew right away that she was one for the position due to her positive attitude with students, families, and staff. Stacy is someone that every single person at Doyle can count on. Because I'm the lone administrator at Doyle, Stacy is my right-hand person. She is someone that I can run anything and everything for approval, suggestion, or advice. She is also someone who I can count on to cover for me in times of need, deflect a situation if I'm not available, problem solve with other staff, and deal with a crisis situation with ease and humor. Stacy is more than a secretary. She's a nurse, a food service worker, a registrar, a substitute, a printer IT support personnel, therapist, and the list goes on. Recently, Stacy had a milestone birthday. I asked the staff to write me some positive thoughts about her because we were surprising her with the celebration. Within minutes, the document was filled with responses. Some common threads include the following traits: positive, kind, helpful, patient, hardworking, problem solver, solution-oriented, multitasker, a sounding board, someone that has the best laugh and smile. Stacy is someone who listens to all, makes every parent feel welcome no matter what the situation, is excellent at meeting the parents where they are and helps them grow, and is always checking on the staff to see if they're okay. Most importantly, Stacy is a friend to all of our students. Whether it be taking students for a break, letting them give her a note, coloring together, having snack together, having them practice a communication skill, or helping them when sick, she does it with love and care. She loves and supports students in so many ways. Stacy, I appreciate you more than you know, and Doyle is lucky to have you on our side. Congratulations. Fawn. Here we go, Fawn. Fawn is a phenomenal paraprofessional in our sub-separate program. Fawn began her career at Doyle as a food service worker who fell in love with our children. Fawn became a paraprofessional when the opportunity came about. She's thrived ever since and has become, in my opinion, one of the strongest staff members on staff. Fawn has a wonderful sense of humor and keeps us all laughing. In Fawn fashion, she asked me to keep her speech to one sentence. So here you go. Fawn is a very dedicated and caring educator who always takes up every challenge that comes her way, comma, consistently comes up with strategies for her students to improve, comma, takes criticism positively, continuously works towards improving her skills, comma, is a great friend to her colleagues, and makes learning fun for her students, such as teaching them to do somersaults during their break time. I lied. I got one more thought. Lastly, Fawn's sense of humor keeps her classroom surviving at times. Working one-on-one with children with severe special needs is not an easy ask some days, but you would never know it when working with Fawn beside you. She can turn every difficult situation into a fun learning experience for all. Congratulations. Jen. I've gotten to know Jen more closely these last few years, first as a parent volunteer, and now, volunteer, substitute teacher, paraprofessional, translator. Jen first supports Doyle as a parent. 2 of her children have gone through the Doyle, they're here tonight, and her youngest will be exiting Doyle and entering the Dole Bear in the fall. Jen has been supporting the PTO during the last few years as co-chair of the committee. Specifically, her role in organizing our biggest fundraiser is amazing. For the last 2 years, this basket raffle has raised thousands of dollars to support enrichment opportunities for our preschoolers. I really got to appreciate Jen's willingness to help any and all students these past couple years. She asked if she could become a substitute in our building and has fallen in love with helping the most vulnerable population. She came to me last year to help support families whose first language is not English. Jen speaks Spanish as a second language and then taught herself Portuguese as a third language, so she was able to support even more families. She has gone above and beyond in this regard. She translates all documents for our PTO, sends out reminders on our Facebook page in 3 languages, translates for all of our IEP meetings, conferences, and other meetings, and is the Doyle liaison for our families needing this extra support. This is key for families as they enter the Wakefield Public Schools with their 3-year-old child and has been extremely helpful to all of us as a staff when trying to navigate this challenge. Finally, Jen has become a go-to substitute who we can count on to support any classroom, especially our severe special needs classroom. She is willing to learn strategies to support any child. Jen has naturally become a member of our Doyle staff who enjoys to have fun with the rest of us and is respected by all whom she works. Congratulations.
Principal Liberty.
Good evening. I am TJ Liberty, principal of the Dahlbear Elementary School. As our Dahlbear recipients make their way to the stage, I would first like to begin by thanking the Wakefield Educational Foundation for their unwavering support of teaching and learning across our district over the years. We are so very grateful to have such an amazing organization working as partners to support our students. It is now my honor to share with you this year's recipients of the Celebration of Learning Award from the Dahlbear School. The following grade 4 students have been recognized by their peers because they encompass our school's core values. We ask you please hold your applause until all the students' names are read. Ryan Spry, Zoe Smerlin, Eliani Canales Moran, Oliver Elmalaya, Brendan Gist, Mia Rialt, Jackson Powers, and Hannah Dodge. When I inquired as to why these students were chosen by their peers, I was provided with an overwhelmingly amount of responses from our students, their classmates. While sifting through these responses, I kept coming across the same common phrases, such as hardworking, supportive, kind, and most importantly, respectful. What is interesting but not surprising is the fact that each of these statements closely connect to the values, also known as our 3 Bs, we strive to instill in our students. My Dahlbear friends, as you inch closer to the end of the school year and your impending transition into the Galvin Middle School, please know the faculty and staff of the Dahlbear are so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. The Galvin is lucky to have you. Congratulations on this recognition. You can, Eliana, you're going to go that way, down to the stairs. We're going to get this right by Woodville, don't worry. Next, I would like to welcome our adult recipients. First, Ariane Kidder. Ariane Kidder is a PTO leader and active parent volunteer at the Dahlberg School for over 10 years. I've been very fortunate to work with Ariane from my first day at Dahlberg, and I can tell you what an incredible person she is, and an incredible advocate and partner in education for our students. She is a fierce advocate for our teachers and students. Whether it's organizing fundraisers, family and student events, or enrichment programming, everything was done with the students' needs in mind. Ariane, please know the tremendous impact you have had on our school community. I know I can speak for the entire Dahlberg community when I say we will truly miss your leadership and passion for teaching and learning. Thank you. Do you want to do all three, or do you want to take pictures of each? All three? We're gonna- you can stand right there. Next, it's my honor to welcome our staff recipients, Emily Young and Cynthia Wong. It is truly my honor and pleasure to recognize two incredible Dahlberg educators as our staff recipients of the Celebration of Learning Award, Grade 4 teacher Emily Young and paraprofessional Cynthia Wong. First, Emily. Emily is a student-centered teacher who works extremely hard to equip her students with the knowledge and skills they need to achieve their goals. She is a leader in our building, serving on our district literacy curriculum implementation team, and is a trusted colleague and mentor for many of the staff at Dahlberg. Emily always goes above and beyond for her students in our building, whether it's running the student council, planning all school assemblies, or organizing school-wide fundraisers. She truly does it all. When asked about Emily, her students say, "She is kind and makes learning fun. And she really loves us and makes our classroom feel like a family." Thank you, Emily, for your unwavering support of our school community, the students of the Dahlberg School, and staff of the Dahlberg School. We are truly lucky to work with such an amazing colleague. Next, I would like to introduce Cynthia Wong, paraprofessional at the Dahlberg School. To say instructional support personnel, or paras, in the district wear many hats is truly an understatement. The individuals in these roles do it all, from supporting students in multiple different content areas, covering recess, lunch duty, helping students with transitions throughout their day. In many ways, our paras are the Swiss Army knives of the educational world. Cynthia is one of those educators who goes above and beyond the role that she holds at Dahlberg. She works with the most vulnerable population of students, but does not let their disability define them. She is a fierce advocate for their needs, helping to equip them with the tools they need to achieve their goals. Cynthia, thank you for your commitment and tireless advocacy for the students you work with. We are truly lucky to work with such an amazing colleague. Ready for the picture? Next, I'd like to introduce Tiffany Back, principal of the Greenwood School.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm going to take a page from TJ's book and kill a little time waiting for folks to come up by thanking WEF for everything that they do for our schools. We've been able to have a lot of amazing experiences thanks to the grants and thanks to all the funding that they have, and we really do appreciate it. So I think I see my students coming. So I'm going to ask my 4 Greenwood students to come on out here. We were lucky enough to have the Dahlberg kids go first so they could show us what to do. All right, so I would like to introduce 4 delightful students from the Greenwood 4th grade who were selected by their peers as those who best represent our school's core values. Through their words and actions, Lily Capozzi, Duke DePaulo, Quinn McCarthy, and Finn Mulderig consistently demonstrate the qualities and characteristics of Greenwood cares: cooperation, assertion, responsibility, empathy, and self-control. Your teachers and classmates recognize this and chose to celebrate you at tonight's WEF ceremony. You should know you are a true role model for others. We at Greenwood are very proud. I've been lucky enough to watch you grow throughout all of your years at Greenwood. It seems like just yesterday we were welcoming you into kindergarten. And look at you now. While your presence will be greatly missed next year, the Galvin Middle School is very lucky to have you join their community. That being said, once a Greenwood Gator, always a Greenwood Gator. Congratulations. All right, and then I'm going to ask all 3 of my adults to come out just to simplify things. All right, so I'm going to begin with my Greenwood volunteers. There are many different ways to demonstrate community engagement, but it all comes back to having a sincere dedication to and desire for making Greenwood School a welcoming environment that promotes learning through a number of different avenues. Our volunteer nominees tonight, Heather McCarthy and Marlena Mayer, have played an important part in making Greenwood a great place to be. So Heather McCarthy is the room parent that everyone fights over. Okay, maybe not actual fighting, but all of the classroom teachers who have had a McCarthy over the last 10 years are unanimous in their agreement that Heather is a room parent extraordinaire. If the teacher needs something, Heather is on it. Special occasion coming up? Here comes Heather with large bags of interesting-looking materials for craft projects and a crew of additional parent volunteers. Everyone knows that if Heather says she'll do it, it will get done. Aside from room parenting, Heather also served as a member of our Greenwood School Council for multiple years, seeing the group through COVID times before finally retiring. Heather's voice and perspective was an important part of our conversations about learning and school-home connections. Marlena Mayer is one of those volunteers who pulls off large-scale events without drawing much attention to herself. When COVID threw a wrench into the traditional plans for the Greenwood Monster Mash Halloween party due to social distancing needs, Marlena spearheaded a team and created an outdoor event to remember. Even once we were able to move back indoors, she has been a key organizer of this highly anticipated and well-attended event each year. Speaking of highly anticipated events, Marlena is also a longtime organizer for our Greenwood Field Day each spring. She handles the coordination of volunteers, logistics, and communication to ensure that things run smoothly and that everyone has a fun experience. Marlena also served as a member of the Greenwood School Council, bringing the parent voice and perspective that helps our community continue to improve and grow. The spirit of volunteerism that both Heather and Marlena have brought over the years has brought joy to many. Thank you for your commitment to the children and staff of the Greenwood School. We appreciate everything you have done and will miss your positive attitudes and friendly faces as Quinn and Clayton finish up their time at Greenwood. Congratulations again on being named as WEF Award recipients this year. When it came time to consider nominees for this year's Celebration of Learning, we ran into the same issue that we seem to have every year at Greenwood. Many different names were submitted as those of people who make a difference here. If this is the biggest problem we have, we are doing extremely well. We are excited to recognize one of these difference makers tonight. It is my pleasure to introduce Janine Campbell, Greenwood 4th grade classroom teacher, as the staff recipient of this year's Celebration of Learning honor. Janine is all about her students, all about her colleagues, and all about Greenwood. She is the type of teacher cherished by parents and teachers alike, according to one of her colleagues. She is always available for her students, available beyond the definition of just being accessible. She is always there for advice, encouragement, or support. She always puts others first, which means she's probably mortified by this individual attention, but also means she's the epitome of what an educator should be. However, Janine doesn't just stop at providing a listening ear. She is solution-oriented and wants to find a way to fix a problem instead of just talking about it. This is definitely why she's a member of the Greenwood School Council, part of the Greenwood Instructional Leadership Team, and one of the EL literacy leaders for our new curriculum. Janine wants to be where the action is. Janine cares about the Greenwood community deeply and works hard to do what is best for students, staff, and families. Her students know they are part of a safe classroom community where they can take risks as they learn and grow. The Greenwood staff sees her as a community leader and go-to person for suggestions and support. And parents, whether current or former, appreciate her calm guidance and thorough approach to helping their children learn and grow. Janine Campbell exemplifies the spirit of engagement and learning, and I am delighted to recognize her tonight. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to the Greenwood School community. Congratulations. All right, and now I'd like to introduce the principal of the Walton School, Brian Schmidt.
Good evening, everyone. All right, so we will start with our 4 fantastic 4th graders. Can come right up. So I have the pleasure of introducing Micah Stahl, Tegan Lavada, Harry Abkunas, and Adela Walborn from Walton. Micah, Tegan, Harry, and Adela have been nominated by their peers for being role model students at Walton. The Wildcat Way, our Walton School Code of Conduct, is made up of 3 core promises. We promise to be kind, be safe, and do our best. I can't think of a better group of students to represent these values for us here tonight. Beyond being student role models, they are also active participants at school and in the community in Wakefield. I could go on and on about how great each of these students are, but instead, I would like to share a few quotes about them from their classmates. Our 4th graders were asked who should be nominated for this award and why. Here are some examples of what they said about Micah, Tegan, Harry, and Adela. They try their best to ask questions when they don't understand. They help people with questions when they are stuck. They are kind and they stand up for me. They always have a smile on their face and they are really, really nice. They are always safe during lunch, gym, and recess. They never get into fights and are kind when some people choose to hate. They never do things that are unsafe and put their work before goofing off. They always do the right thing and are caring. They are a great partner at our table. Thank you, Micah, Tegan, Harry, and Adela, for being awesome role models at Walton. I have no doubt these qualities will serve you well when you move on to middle school next year. All right. And now I will introduce 2 volunteers and 2 staff members at Walton who can come on up. I have our volunteers from Walton, Keith Sheridan and Courtney Gray, and our staff members, Amy Reynolds and Kristen Liberty. Okay, and I will start with Keith. Keith is a fourth grade parent. Keith has always been very generous with his time and talents. He runs his photo booth every year at PTO events without charging for his time and only charging a discounted cost for materials. He's always enthusiastic and never complains or leaves his very popular photo booth during events, so as not to disappoint students and families. Last year, he devoted a lot of time to taking fourth grade photos for the yearbook, and he didn't even have a fourth grader at the time. Once again, he was generous with his time, pleasant, and fantastic to work with. He always puts the kids' joy first and made sure each kid was happy with how their portrait came out before moving on. He never rushed anyone. He is an unsung hero of capturing our memories at Walton. Beyond this, Keith is a fantastic parent to collaborate with. Keith, we will miss you as your youngest moves on to Galvin. Thank you for all that you do. Next is Courtney Gray, also a fourth grade parent. Courtney was the first Walton parent I met in person when I started working in Wakefield 4 years ago. With masks and COVID precautions in full force, Courtney and I met to discuss the future of the newly built Walton School Garden. At the time, I was a new principal planning for a school year in the midst of a pandemic. Having Courtney jump in and take the lead as caretaker, cheerleader, and organizer of our Walton School Garden was an enormous bright spot during a very challenging time. Her enthusiasm and effort led our school to utilize this space and make the most of it when many group activities were restricted to the outdoors. Since then, Courtney has continued to coordinate many garden-related activities for students and families. She and her husband literally built the garden themselves and maintain it with the help of other volunteers. Last year, Courtney made the garden an official monarch way station to provide milkweeds, nectar plants, and shelter for monarch butterflies and pollinators. The Walton School Garden is now also officially known as Monarch Way Station number 42481. Our garden and outdoor classroom is a special place at Walton, and Courtney has helped make it so. Thank you, Courtney, for your time, effort, and contributions to our school. And now I'll speak about Amy Reynolds and Kristen Liberty together. Amy is one of our kindergarten teachers, and Kristen is one of our fourth grade teachers. There are many Walton staff members who are deserving of recognition. I feel extremely lucky to have such a dedicated and hardworking staff, and not to mention a group of people who I have a lot of fun working with. For this award this year, though, Amy and Kristen stuck out. I wanted to highlight leaders, and they are our leaders at Walton. When I talk about leadership, I do not mean any type of leadership title, seniority, or rank in our school's hierarchy. What I'm talking about is the ability to influence and guide colleagues to make Walton the school that we want it to be. In this sense, Kristen and Amy are the real leaders at Walton. Both Kristen and Amy are active participants on our instructional leadership team. They help lead the classroom schedule design process and help guide culture and instruction at Walton. They are both curriculum leaders, serving on our EL implementation leadership team, helping pave the way as we begin to implement an exciting but daunting new curriculum. Kristen and Amy are always leaders by being staff role models and doing all the little things. Kristen finds tactful ways to give colleagues feedback. Amy thinks about what other staff members might need and finds a way to support them, even at her own expense. They are both consistently well-prepared, work collaboratively to solve problems, and are role models of our strong professional culture at Walton. I am honored tonight to be able to recognize Amy and Kristen, our Walton School teacher leaders. And next we have Matt Carter from the Woodville School. Thank you.
So I know many have said it before me, but I do want to recognize WEF, but especially, Carrie and Melissa. They are very dedicated to this role, but also WEF is very fortunate to have them as the face of their foundation, and thank you for all you do. Yeah. So I'd like to introduce the Woodville fourth graders, if they could come up. Come on up. Right up there. Just right back here. Awesome. So I am pleased to introduce Noah Krisos, Riley Preble, Mia Elzovic, Jack Mahoney, Violet Loftman, Daniel Dodd, Dost Emery, and Megan Michelicher. So these 8 students, and I know I say this every year, but it is true, these 8 students, they epitomize the Woodville core values. We could have 28, 38, 48, 58 students up here, but these 8 stood out amongst their peers, and that recognition is very, very special. As you heard from the other elementary schools, we uphold, these students in particular uphold the Woodville core values every day, which are celebrating differences, being goal-oriented, respecting their community, persevering, and showing incredible school pride. And I added an extra one in there. All of these individuals are incredible friends to everybody at the Woodville School, not just within 4th grade, but to the younger students. They are role models for them as well. At Woodville, we are proud to call ourselves the Woodville Bears, and these 8 students are shining examples. That's right, pause up. And these 8 students are shining examples of everything I brag about each day to families, faculty, and my colleagues on this stage and in this audience today. Congratulations to the 8 of you. You are destined for great things next year in the Galvin Middle School. Do you want to do the volunteers and teachers together like everyone else? All right. I'd like to have our volunteers and our staff members come up. I will start with our volunteers. So we have 2 volunteers here tonight with us. We have Michelle Tora, and we have Caroline Basque. I'll start with Michelle. So Michelle is the mother of 2 Woodville Bears, Dominic and Anthony, soon 3 with Mario. She's a member of our PTO, and next year she is going to be promoted to president, which she is very excited about. She has worked the last couple of years behind the scenes to help organize, promote, bring all of the wonderful extracurricular activities and experiences to our student. She is quiet by nature unless she's at a hockey rink. I had the pleasure of coaching the opposite team to her son this year. She's a big fan of hockey, and her son's a wonderful hockey player. And she is someone who you can count on to get things done. And she has done exactly that as a member of the PTO. Michelle, your volunteerism now and in the future is greatly appreciated, and I look forward to working with you and the rest of the executive board. Next year, I know great things are in store for the Woodville School. All right, Caroline. Caroline is the mother of 2 Woodville Bears, Talia and Ruby. She's a member of our PTO as well, helping with various events. Caroline's real talent is fundraising, though. She is an exceptional fundraiser. It's something that she wears as a badge of honor, and she really should. This year, she was able to really raise the bar for both of our big events, the Teddy Trot and the Readathon. And I know she takes it as a real challenge, which I appreciate. She was able to garner more donations from local businesses than ever before, and in turn, this allowed us to put even more into our students, their activities, and continue to enrich their lives as part of the Woodville School. Caroline, like Michelle, is at Woodville many days each week, opening car doors, promoting events, just helping around the building, reading in her children's classroom, and I'm excited because I know both of them are going to be around the Woodville for a very, very long time and stuck with me. Thank you for what you have done and what you will do in the future for the students of Woodville. Woodville staff. So we have 2 staff recipients up here tonight. We have Samra Schwartz and we have Joyce Riley. So I'll start with Samra. Miss Schwartz has been a music teacher at Woodville during my time as principal. I've witnessed the growth of this program firsthand, and this is directly related to the dedication she has for her work. I would say that Samra is someone who really, 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 really loves her job. Whether it's supporting students at the Northeast Treble Chorus, getting students ready for performances, or organizing the annual Woodville music video, Mrs. Schwartz always goes above and beyond. Ms. Schwartz is a planner and a get things done type of person. Sometimes she'll write to me, and it's like one of those emails that has like multiple paragraphs, and like that panic starts to set in, right? You're like, oh no, is this person resigning? What's going on here? And no, it's just her way of really kind of being so detail-oriented, thoroughly planned, letting me know kind of everything's on the calendar, and at the end, she'll always sign off with, just FYI. I'm like, thanks, Samra, appreciate it. She has the respect of her colleagues in the music department, including her supervisor, Mr. Tom Bankert. When I mentioned to Tom that Samra was nominated for this year's award, his response was, you should absolutely, totally give it to her. And that's big recognition and praise from Tom. Ms. Schwartz is a fantastic teacher, and we're so fortunate to have her guidance in our music department. Congratulations, Samra, and thank you for your contributions to our school. Mrs. Riley. Mrs. Riley is a stack teacher at the Woodville School and the special education teacher that oversees our therapeutic program. Ms. Riley works with students in kindergarten through 4th grade, and with the support of her team, she assists students in meeting their academic and social emotional goals. She's a fantastic communicator, has wonderful relationships with all the students and families she serves. Ms. Riley is often leaned upon for her skills in just helping out, de-escalating students, supporting staff members, and has a genuine love for teaching. She can be observed teaching a social skills lesson, and she really does act them out. I've witnessed it many times. It's really great. Teaching a social skills lesson, laying in the hallway with a student, throwing a ball with students, attending a meeting, and giving a parent a quick update regarding their child. This is pretty typical, and probably what I described is all done in the course of a couple hours in our building, and she does this every single day for kids. Mrs. Riley's work is truly in the background as she allows others to be the star. A good day for her is knowing that students in her program feel better about themselves today than they did yesterday. She is currently working on her administrative license and has performed several administrative duties over the past few years at Woodville. While it would be sad to someday see Mrs. Riley leave, I believe that one day she will be a fantastic administrator and lead with the same love and care she shows to all students and faculty each day. Congratulations, Mrs. Riley, on this well-deserved recognition. it is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Megan Webb.
Good evening. It's wonderful to be here tonight. I know I have a whole crowd coming up here in a moment. But thank you, as others have said, to WEF for hosting such a beautiful evening. It's always wonderful to just celebrate all the positive things happening in our community. So come on up, students, from 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Oh, yes. Yeah. I imagine it might. I'll take my time. All right, so we have many students joining us tonight. We nominate a student from each team at the Galvin, and in the 5th grade, we have 6 teams, and in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, there are 3 teams in each grade. So that's why you see the number of students you see up here. And I will read their names as they get their certificates, and then I'll tell you a little bit about them. So students, you're gonna have to multitask for a minute. You're looking for your certificate and also gonna raise your hand when I say your name so the audience can appreciate you. Got it? They're not sure, you got it? All right, so in grade 5, Mina Bacon, Devlin Owens-Finch, Molly Ann Pesh, Brandy Rogalin, Anastasia Screbner, and Madeline Stady. Those are our 5th graders. Did you all wave a little bit, 5th grade? In grade 6, Connor Keene, Sam Morrell, and Nora Pritchard. In grade 7, Emily Collins, Abigail Grace Grigorovich, and Catherine Goodwin. And finally, our 8th graders, who will soon be joining Mr. Mullaney over at the high school. Emmett Clary, Johanna Tejada, and John Worth. We are so proud of all of these students. They were nominated, like I said, by a team of teachers who came together to try to determine who in their classes, on their teams, demonstrate our core values and do, as our tagline says, do the right thing and take care of one another every day. And looking at these faces, I know they chose exactly the right students. These are all students who I see throughout the halls, distinguishing themselves, being kind to others, taking the time to pick up the candy wrapper someone might have dropped on the floor, to hold the door for the person behind them, and to do all the little things that add up to making the Galvin a really warm, welcoming, and special place for their peers and for their teachers. So please join me in congratulating our Galvin General Award winners.
How do you want them? Like, squish together. We're going to squish together for how about, yeah, let's all squish together. All right, and I think our adults, are waiting in the wings. Our adult honorees can come on down. All right, we are so pleased tonight to honor these 4 individuals who contribute so much to our community. I will start with our volunteer, the incredible Mr. Roger Marceau, who has 2 students in the 8th grade and is one of the most consistent and reliable PTO volunteers during the 4 years that he has been with us here at the Galvin. I reached out to our PTO leadership, and we always have kind of a discussion like who this year should we nominate, who should we recognize? And it was very clear that Roger was just the exact person we needed to honor this evening. Whether helping to coordinate a night spot, a kickball tournament, a staff versus student basketball game,
or the upcoming end of the year chaos on the Common, Roger always steps up when his help is needed. We're grateful to Roger as a father who has raised fantastic Galvin generals, and as a volunteer who is committed to making the GMS experience great for all kids. Thank you to Roger, and congratulations on this recognition. All right, now I'm going to transport you in your mind to the front office of a very large middle school. The front office is the first point of contact for all who enter or reach out to the Galvin. It is also the destination for anyone inside the building, be it a student, staff member, sometimes a therapy dog, with a need or a question. In preparation tonight, I took note of some of the questions and issues that came into the main office in about a 12-minute span of time recently. Can I leave my son's trumpet with you? Miss, what day is it? Is that in Galvin days or regular days? Can I call my mom? Wait, how do you use this phone? Wait, can you look up my mom's number? From a teacher. My son's daycare just called. He has a fever. I need coverage for my 6th period class. Is there anyone available? Like right now? My teacher needs an extra Chromebook for the class. And someone threw up in the 7th grade hall. The universal response to these questions and issues is no problem, have a seat, we'll take care of it. Tonight, we honor the front office, the center of all the Galvin universe that keeps us moving forward no matter what. And we honor the 3 women who keep us all in line with patience, grace, and style. So first, Leah. Leah Turfrey is an indispensable member of our school community. She is dedicated to ensuring the smooth functioning of daily operations. Her unwavering commitment to student welfare and attendance ensures that all students are present and accounted for. And if they're not, she's calling you. She lays the foundation for a successful learning environment. Leah is the first person many families meet at the Galvin, welcoming new families through the registration process and providing invaluable support and guidance during their transition. Her dedication and professionalism make her a critical asset to our school, and her contributions are deeply appreciated by students, families, and staff alike. She also takes great care of her work family, making sure that we are all taking care of ourselves and spending enough quality time with our families. She's always checking up to make sure Mr. Tetrault is eating something other than cereal for lunch, and that I get out of the door on time for after-school pickup. She makes sure we tend to our lives outside of work, and I'm certain she does the same for her own children and for her 4 beloved grandsons as well. I listed her first as I know Leah does not like attention. She's likely cringing through this entire recognition, but we wanted to make sure you knew how much we appreciate you, so thank you for all you do. So now Miss Trish Delano, who like Leah raised her family here in Wakefield and has experienced the Galvin as a longtime staff member as well as a parent. In fact, her daughter Noelle has followed in her footsteps and is a fantastic addition to our team as well. Trish is the epitome of efficiency and problem-solving prowess, effortlessly juggling a myriad of tasks with finesse and grace. Her ability to manage a million things at once is nothing short of remarkable, and her colleagues often marvel at her seemingly boundless energy and capacity to handle any challenge that's thrown her way. Whether it's coordinating complex schedules, troubleshooting technical issues, or lending a sympathetic ear to a colleague in need, Trish's resourcefulness knows no bounds. Her presence in the office is not just reassuring, but transformative. Her knowledge, compassion, and unparalleled multitasking skills set the tone for productivity and success. Trish is not just an administrative assistant, she's a force of nature, whose dedication and capability make her an indispensable asset in our school community. In every role she has held, Trish has gone above and beyond the traditional parameters of the job. She will do anything for anyone, and often has a solution to a problem before you even realize you have a problem. There is no dread, for me personally, like the dread of needing to figure out coverage in the building on the extremely rare occasion when Trish is absent. The mental gymnastics this woman is capable of between the hours of 6 and 7 a.m. is breathtaking, and I'm grateful for her unparalleled skill, as well as her warm and generous heart. It's a killer combination that make the Galvin an incredible and highly efficient place to work. Thank you, Trish. And finally, Paula Noble. Paula Noble is a Wakefield native. Did you just get a shout out? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Is a Wakefield native and a GMS alum who is the heartbeat of our school's tradition. Her passion preserving and enriching our shared experiences makes her an invaluable asset to our community. From orchestrating cherished events like the fourth grade visits to the GMS, which are coming up soon to all my fourth graders here, to the eighth grade moving on and awards ceremonies that close out our year, Paula's dedication ensures these moments are unforgettable for students, staff, and families alike. Beyond her role in tradition, Paula's office is a bustling hub of support where colleagues seek her out for everything from professional guidance to personal challenges. Paula cares deeply about the members of the community, ensuring that everyone from the facilities team to the eighth grade team feels appreciated and celebrated. She throws birthday parties, baby showers, all sorts of events throughout the building, and ensures that our retiring staff members are sent off with due fanfare and our newest staff members have everything they need to succeed. Paula was my first contact at the Galvin. She called me weeks ahead of my start date to make sure that she had my name just right on the nameplate she had ordered for my office. It sounds like a small thing, but it was an early indicator to me that Paula knows that it's the culmination of a million little things that make a workplace feel like home. So thank you to all four of you up here for making the Galvin such a wonderful place.
Joe Mullaney, please.
Good evening. My name's Joe Mullaney. I'm an assistant principal at Wakefield Memorial High School. It's my pleasure to be here tonight standing in for Principal Amy McLeod. Principal McLeod is a little busy chaperoning our student trip to Italy and Greece, which departed earlier today. So I'm going to ask our students to come on out, please. And while I do that, I'm going to give a shout out to our welcomers who are our high school students here tonight. I also want to give a shout out to our photographer who's working the event. My guy Zach Correa down there. Zach, nice job, pal. I want to start out by saying thank you to the Wakefield Educational Foundation for their partnership and for organizing tonight's event to honor an incredible group of students and educators. We are thankful for their partnership and the work to support teaching and learning in the Wakefield Public Schools. I also want to thank our teachers, guidance counselors, and administrators who nominated these outstanding students to be recognized at this celebration of learning. I'd like to start by honoring our students who represent the very best of our learning community. It's my pleasure to recognize each one of these remarkable young people who are this year's Celebration of Learning Awards recipients. And as I call your name, if you could kind of move forward a little bit so we can recognize you guys, that'd be great. So first is Aliyah Tui and Constantina Delady. Ali and Constantine are our student members of the Science, Technology, and Engineering Curriculum Review Team. As the only students in a group of teachers and administrators, they have been dedicated, professional, and have engaged in interactions well above the maturity of most high school students when working with the teachers, curriculum coordinators, and administrators. Ali and Constantina have helped develop the district's STEM vision and have given valuable input and suggestions about curriculum for the high school. In addition to this work, Ali is a member of the Wakefield Youth Council, the WMHS Swim Team, the Social Interact Club, and Student Council. Constantina is a member of String Ensemble and has served as an intern for an immigration attorney in Boston, which is one of her career goals. We are so lucky to have both Ali and Constantina for another year at WMHS, with more fantastic things to come. Congratulations, Ali and Constantina. Next is Mario Longo and Bimbo. Well, all right. Love that energy. Mario exemplifies everything we want WMHS students to be. As the president of the theater program, he welcomes students from other schools to our events. At our school, he organizes almost everything from set build days to fundraisers. Mario also represents our school nationally in our competitions and college admission process. His maturity, passion for the arts, and good-natured approach make him a leader who collaborates naturally and welcomes others into the process. Mario is a natural on stage. He captivates his audience and draws attention in the best ways in all of the many productions he has starred in while at Wakefield High School. Yet Mario is a humble, kind, and welcoming member of our community who makes WMHS a better place. Congratulations, Mario. Lauren Mangarelli. I like that smile, Lauren. Lauren is an initiative taker whose sense of duty to do the right thing leads Lauren to make a positive, welcomed impact and difference in our school community. Lauren transforms experiences for themselves and others. While most students who are teaching assistants serve one teacher, Lauren's role has grown to encompass nearly an entire department. Lauren supports multiple teachers in the math department and extends that service to students too, tutoring them and building their confidence in challenging content. In addition to many strengths in the classroom and community, Lauren is also committed to extracurriculars, a captain of the outdoor and indoor track team, a performer in winter percussion, and drum major in the school's highly competitive marching band. Most importantly, Lauren is kind, generous, and good-natured, all qualities that make one a good friend and beloved community member. Congratulations, Lauren. Next is Alexis Manzi. Alexis is an excellent student and fierce go-getter, a culture-setting change maker, and a highly organized, humbly ambitious, hardworking young person on a mission to make a meaningful difference in the lives of those around her. She is one of our best examples of the core values we hope a Wakefield Public Schools education will grow in a student. Not only is Alexis an all-around academic talent with a genuine appetite and curiosity for learning, but she is also a leader who cares about doing good for others and is the epitome of a role model. As a senior, she captained the varsity girls soccer team. Starting in her junior year, she managed the varsity girls basketball team. Before that, as a sophomore, Alexis was chosen as a youth action team leader. This is a role where, over and over again, Alexis has proven to be a responsible, responsive, and empathetic advocate and example for others. Her impact will be felt by our community for years to come, and Alexis will continue her education at St. Anselm's College next year. Congratulations, Alexis. Grace McHugh. Grace makes us wonder if she might have more hours in a day than the typical person. She is committed to making an impact in our community and has already managed to do just that. She is a star student athlete who has contributed to the positive culture and success of the girls' varsity swim team and basketball team. She is equally invested in our school's music community as a member of the Wind Ensemble and Triumph Honor Society. Grace is also a leader. She serves as vice president of the class of 2024 and flexes her communication skills in meetings with teachers and administrators, but also in advertising social events to her class and our community. Beyond school commitments, Grace serves as a youth action team leader and has led initiatives including captains and middle school leadership summits, presentations to parent universities, and other projects that directly impact positive, healthy choices amongst youth in our community. Grace will continue her education at Villanova University next year. Ms. McLeod made me say that, by the way. That's her alma mater. Congratulations, Grace. Great job. Next is Hawa Sharif. In addition to her hard work in the classroom, Hawa is an active member of the school and her home community. She is a member of the WMHS Student Council, the Black Student Union, and Diversity Leaders. She has co-created and written for a blog called The Sad Reality Nobody Talks About to inform readers about her experience and the experience of other METCO students. Her words can be brutally honest, but extremely important in helping others to understand the dynamics of privilege and power. Howe has also been an advocate and a presence in her own community by working with Wealth Builders, College Club, and Ready to Work at the Boys and Girls Club of Roxbury. She also participated in the Mass General Hospital Youth Scholars, where she collaborated with other high school students and participated in workshops about medical professions. These opportunities have broadened her own learning while also helping her to give back to younger students in her community. Congratulations, Hawa. Vanessa Westlake. Vanessa's journey in high school has not been easy, but she has been tenacious in focusing on the goals she sets and what she wants to achieve. She has successfully taken a heavy course load and is always upbeat, positive, and helpful to her peers who look to her for guidance, leadership, and friendship. She volunteers to support school-wide events, works in guidance during her quote-unquote free period, runs school tours, and is a student representative at school committee meetings. She is a member of the National Art Honor Society, National Honor Society, Wakefield Youth Council, and serves as a section leader in our school's highly competitive Warrior Marching Band. She takes all of these commitments seriously and strives to do her best in each area. She is also organized and calmly approaches her work with a methodical approach, demonstrating her ability to be successful regardless of the challenges that are thrown her way. Congratulations, Vanessa. I think that covers everybody, right? Congratulations, guys. Next, it's my honor to recognize some of our educators who make our school community a special place through their hard work, connections with students, and supportive school-wide growth. Come on out, guys, please. Like our students so nicely modeled, we'll ask you to step forward when I announce your name. That'd be fantastic. The first staff member we're going to recognize is Jake Goodchild. Daily, Jake arrives at school with an upbeat attitude and a cheerful smile. The individual care that he shares with the School to Life students is compassionate, caring, and understanding of their needs. He is focused on developing trust and relationships with the students, helping them to grow their skills, and challenging them in appropriate ways so that they become independent and engaged citizens in the community. He has made connections with students and serves as a trusted adult to some of our most vulnerable students. We appreciate everything Jake does for his students and with the School to Life program every day. Thank you, Jake. Congratulations. Bridget Haggerty. Bridget Haggerty, it's okay to clap. Bridget Haggerty is an esteemed member of the high school English department for the past 21 years, serving as department coordinator for the last 7 years. Throughout her tenure at WMHS, she has been an active supporter of students' clubs and activities, serving as the Interact Advisor and Class Advisor several times. Most notably as a senior class advisor during COVID, where she helped the class of 2020 get through remote graduation and senior week. This will be the last time we talk about this, Bridget, okay? I promise. Bridget is a compassionate and talented teacher leader. Not only is Bridget always willing to learn, take risks, and try new things, but she opens her classroom to colleagues not only from the English department, but across all departments to watch new lessons and techniques. She advocates for her student needs and has a flexible nature while at the same time holding all students to high standards. Bridget is an asset to her students and colleagues alike, and we feel truly fortunate to have her talents at WMHS. Congratulations, Bridget. Thank you. John Hanron. When John Henry decided to come back to WMHS, his alma mater, as a substitute teacher, he stated that one of his goals was to eventually become a leader in the science department. Just 6 years into his tenure as a teacher at WMHS, John has achieved this goal and more. He is a teacher beloved by his students for his quiet yet impactful presence, his commitment to creative teaching methods, and his growth mindset that drives him to help all students succeed. He also is a thoughtful department leader who listens and responds to the needs of his colleagues, and through exemplary use of data and dialogue, helps the department make sound decisions that everyone can stand behind and rally around. John models lifelong learning and has recently earned a doctorate in science education from UMass Lowell. He is always the first to jump in and participate in larger school-wide work, from helping to advocate for the needs of a new building to helping lead the NEASC accreditation process. Thank you, John, for all of your work to help growing teaching and learning at WMHS. Congratulations. Ann Sellers. For the past 13 years, Ann Sellers has been an integral part of the special education department at Wakefield High School. She started her career as a special education paraprofessional, providing essential support to students in grades 9 to 12 across academic areas, ensuring their accommodations are being implemented. For the past 5 years, Ann has been instrumental in her work as a special education teacher, co-teaching in the math department and providing small group specialized instruction. Her investment in students and relationships she builds with students and families has transformative powers. Ann goes above and beyond, demonstrating her genuine care for all students at WMHS. She is a hardworking and dedicated professional, and each day Ann brings a positive, uplifting energy to our school. Congratulations, Ann.
Thank you to all our principals for those great presentations, very inspiring. Next, we'll present a number of special recognition awards, starting with the Community Awards, which recognize members of the community of Wakefield for their tireless work in charitable causes that impact families and their school-age children in a positive fashion. I'd like to introduce Superintendent Doug Lyons.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. It's amazing the work that happens every single day in the Wakefield Public Schools. To all of the people that are honored this evening with this recognition. Congratulations, especially our students. Thank you so much for your hard work and your dedication to your own learning and members of the community. It is my pleasure to be here this evening to present our first Community Award. We'd like to welcome to the stage the WCAT team led by Ian McDermott. I don't know who's filming right now. We'll see how this goes. The Community Award is presented annually to members of the community of Wakefield for their tireless work in charitable causes that impact families and children in a positive fashion. For many years, the Wakefield Community Access Television, WCAT, has provided essential services to our town, whether it is through exceptional broadcasting of our town board and committee meetings, to host candidate forums and election night coverage, to live streaming town and school events, to producing podcasts to give members of our community an amplified voice. They can be seen hosting movies at the head of the lake in the summer. There's rarely anything that goes on in the community that hasn't been covered by WCAT. Their work brings people together and promotes civic engagement and pride in our community. They are constantly evolving to develop and advance their technology to make it possible for all members of the community to access the information they need to remain informed and engaged. The team that is currently led by Ian McDermott was led by Ryan Boyd before him and Tom Stapleton before him. 3 amazing leaders. Over the years, the WCAT team has been consistently professional, collaborative, innovative, and always willing to support our town in any way that they can. We cannot express in words our gratitude for all that you do for our community. We look forward to continuing our collaboration with you and to support your work to highlight the amazing people and events that make Wakefield a unique and special place. Thank you for being such impactful members of our community. Thank you. Give WCAT a minute to get back to their posts. Next up, I'd like to welcome to the podium Assistant Superintendent Kara Morrow.
Good evening. I, along with Dr. Lyons and the Wakefield Memorial High School Administration, am honored to present the first Impact Award to Ms. Meg Delory Leahy. Meg has been a guidance counselor at Wakefield Memorial High School for the past 5 years. During this time, she has not only held the title of guidance counselor, but also that of gymnastics coach, National Honor Society advisor, Youth Action Team advisor, and esteemed colleague. In every role she holds, she lifts up those around her and makes the experience as positive as it can be for her students, colleagues, and administrators. Meg is all in for our students, and not just for those on her caseload, all of our students. She spends countless hours offering invaluable guidance to help them navigate the complexities of high school, push them to challenge themselves to their full potential, and prepare them for future plans that are specific to their strengths and passions. Whether it is helping them to explore college and career options, providing emotional support during challenging times, or lending a sympathetic ear when they need someone to talk to, Meg is an ally to our students. The respect, love, and care she has shown them is something they will never forget and hold with them long after they leave Wakefield Memorial High School. Meg is an unbelievable asset to the Wakefield Public Schools. To make such a significant impact in such a short period of time is truly remarkable. We are confident Meg will continue to be a leader who inspires our youth and guides our staff and administration to make the Wakefield Public Schools an amazing place for our students to learn, grow, and thrive. We would like to extend our deepest thanks to Meg for her efforts, compassion, and unwavering belief in the potential of all of our students. She is truly deserving of this Impact Award. Next, I would like to introduce our BETCO director, Ms. Glavia Smith.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to celebrate the achievement of an individual whose commitment to equity and inclusion has made the Wakefield Public School a better place. And I would like to name Mrs. Driggers, have been a positive light supporting both our MECO program and many aspects of the Wakefield Public School for over 15 years. Do not make me cry. I'm gonna try not to get emotional. As a parent, paraprofessional, and most recently our elementary MECO coordinator, Angela has worked diligently to promote diversity, inclusion, and advance educational equity and access, and advocate for the rights of all our students. She has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to creating spaces where our students feel valued, respected, and empowered to thrive. No matter what her role, she has always been the type of person who brings people together, fosters meaningful discussions about the needs of our students, and consistently exemplifies compassion and understanding. She's a regular presence in our schools, making deep connections with students, colleagues, and families. She has spent countless hours building historical tributes to the MECO program in each of the schools so that our community fully understands its impact on our students. She has led the way to the Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day to honor the efforts of the legendary civil rights leader. Angela is a team player and has stepped up in many different points over the years to keep our MECO program thriving. On behalf of our entire community, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Angela Driggers for her advocacy, commitment, equity, and positive experience for all our students and the impact she has had on the lives of so many of our students, families, and teachers, and we are truly grateful for her presence in our lives.
Hi, I'm Christine Bafagner. I'm the school business administrator. I'd like to present an impact award to Deirdre Sandonato, Lisa Melanson, and Carol Duncan. It is a privilege to stand before you to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of a team that has exemplified resilience, unity, and positivity in the face of adversity. Our central office has had some significant changes in the past couple of years. Through all of the change, this remarkable team stepped up to the plate, overcame obstacles, and remained supportive of each other and their colleagues to keep things moving forward. As the business administrator for the Wakefield Public Schools, I rely heavily on the skills and dedication of Carol, Lisa, and Deirdre. It is an honor to celebrate their achievements and of this extraordinary team and unwavering commitment to the Wakefield Public Schools. They have established reputations that exude respect, reliability, and problem-solving skills, which make them the go-to people during challenging situations. On behalf of Central Office, I extend my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to Carol, Lisa, and Deirdre.
Our next award is the William C. Scully Jr. Award, which was established to honor individuals who embrace Bill Scully's ideals for quality education and who make a difference and produce results for our students in Wakefield Public Schools. Superintendent Lyons will tell us more about this award and then present.
At this time, we'd like to invite Sandy Scully up to join us, please. This is one of our highest recognitions. The William Scully Award. This award is given annually and is presented in memory of William Scully. Bill was a Wakefield attorney and esteemed school committee member. He was a strong believer in quality public education for Wakefield students and was a driving force in working with school committee members, educators, and the public to ensure that the school system had all available resources channeled to it to meet that goal. Bill passed away after a long and courageous battle with cancer, during which he continued his passionate work for the public good. This award honors individuals who embrace Bill's ideals for quality education, who make a difference and produce results for our students in the Wakefield Public Schools. This year's recipient of the Scully Award is Tom Stapleton. Stand right over here. I'm gonna say a few nice things about you if you'll let me.
Oh, what a surprise.
We love when our awardees are surprised. It's pretty great stuff. So Tom's dedication and selfless acts of service and kindness have made a significant impact on our community. Tom Stapleton has been a tremendous supporter of the Wakefield Public Schools and Wakefield youth for several decades. In his role as executive director of WCAT, he was committed to the Wakefield Public Schools, from hosting the school committee, to producing shows with our students, to broadcasting Wakefield Public School events, concerts, and sports. He has been a champion of bringing on WMHS interns and hiring young residents, many of whom have gone on to careers in television and media production. He worked on the Galvin project, this new building, and now in his retirement has volunteered to do the same at the WMHS building project. Tom retired in 2019, but has continued to stay active on WCAT. This is his third year on the board of directors. Tom can be found on any given evening, filming a football game on Friday night, participating in the Wake Up Coalition meeting, building the Wakefield Alliance Against Violence parade float, and much more. As a Wakefield Rotary member, Tom sponsored the Wakefield High Interact Club, and for several years in a row took Wakefield High students to New York City to a conference at the United Nations. Every year, Tom makes sure that every third grader in Wakefield receives a dictionary and personally hands them out to students. As a community member, he has volunteered and has been an adult mentor. Recently, one of his past mentees, now in his 20s, reached out to WCAT and wanted to get in touch with Tom just to let him know what an impact that he had had on his life. On behalf of the entire community, we are grateful to you, Tom, for your years of dedicated service and commitment to making Wakefield a better place. It is my pleasure, Tom, to say thank you for your profound impact on our community, and congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Great award, thank you. I'm not one to be afraid of a mic, so I had to say a few words, and this was a total surprise. I can't tell you how my tears are ready to burst, but I'm not going to do it. But it's just wonderful that, that something like this can be done, to have this prestige award. I had no idea about it at all. Thank you. To have my family here and my friends and people that I've known now for many years, it's been a wonderful job. I really enjoyed it was the job of a lifetime, and it worked out really well. And I have a wonderful crew here. They just know what they're doing, and Ian is very helpful with that too. Very good. But thank you so much. It's a real pleasure. I know it's been a long night, so I'm not going to go on too much longer. But I will. I mean, if you want me to, you know. Thanks again for everything, and appreciate all you people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Good sentiment. I have no idea.
My gosh, I'm so happy for Tom. Next, I would like to invite to the stage to join me in the presentation of this next award. I'd like to ask Dr. Kim Smith if she would please join me here on the stage. It's a pleasure to have Kim here with us. She's such a dear friend. I can't say. I'm just really grateful to be here with her. It's my pleasure to announce the recipient of this year's Kim Smith Excellence in Education Award. This award is presented annually to a Wakefield Public School staff member who has fostered excellence with enormous impact in his or her respective school. Dr. Kim Smith is a highly regarded superintendent, assistant superintendent, WMHS high school principal, director of fine and performing arts, teacher for over 30 years here in Wakefield. Her reputation precedes her. She's amazing. Dr. Smith's So good. Dr. Smith's commitment to Wakefield through her various roles is something that we are truly, truly grateful for. Today we gather to pay tribute to another remarkable individual whose dedication, compassion, and tireless commitment to serving students with diverse needs has been inspirational to us all. This year, the Kim Smith Award goes to Miss Beverly Elsowitz. Bev does not like to be the center of attention. For many years, Bev has been a source of hope, inspiration, and constant support for so many students and families. Her work has transformed lives and shaped futures with love, patience, and empathy. As a special education teacher, Bev has devoted her career to empowering students of all abilities to reach their full potential, to overcome obstacles, and to pursue their dreams with confidence and determination. Bev has been a steadfast advocate for inclusion, equity, and justice. She's a champion of rights for all students with disabilities and ensuring that every child has access to quality education that meets their unique needs. Bev's impact extends far beyond the classroom and with the many hats she wears. In addition to the extensive academic, daily living, and social emotional support she provides the students in her program every day, she also works well beyond the standard school day. You can see her van parked in the drop-off and pickup lane every evening. Bev supports vocational opportunities for our students in middle and high school, after school hours. She oversees all aspects of our extended year program in the summer. This program supports hundreds of students in maintaining their skills over the summer months. Additionally, she supports our older learners who need an alternative path to high school completion through the HiSET program. What sets Bev apart even more are the acts of service that we may not necessarily know about, or that she certainly does not bring attention to. Bev works quietly and tirelessly in the community to help support many, many people in need. She has been a mentor to hundreds of teachers and paraprofessionals, I would argue administrators as well. Over the years, encouraging all of us to follow our passions and continue in the work of public service and work to benefit students. Bev's patience, understanding, belief in the potential of every child, and efforts to create a nurturing, loving, and supportive learning environment has impacted countless students and families. Bev has created a safe and welcoming space where every student feels valued, respected, and empowered to learn and grow. Thank you, Bev, for your extraordinary contributions to the Wakefield Public Schools. Thank you.
It has been an absolute honor to host such a rewarding evening. We thank all the parents, staff, students, and volunteers for making the choice to put Wakefield's student education at the forefront of your priorities. This evening is just one example of all the good and positive initiatives that are taking place in our town to promote excellence in education and future success. We now invite you to enjoy a dessert reception in the cafeteria. Thank you and have a good evening.